Hey there, scholarly gamers, and welcome to this week's episode of Jungle Drums. I'm on my lonesome this week because, well, instead of recording it last night like I should have, I'm actually recording it today. Basically, look, Destiny 2 Forsaken has been taking up quite a fair bit of our time. I'd finally, if you recall, we talked about it last week because Jay had got it right off the bat, and Gimboyd and myself were waiting to get his opinion of it. And sure enough, his testimonial was quite strong, and also looking at some of the kind of early reviews, it definitely seemed like it was worth the purchase. Well, for long-time Destiny fans like us. I mean, I say a long time, I mean, I've got my engrams and whatnot, right? So I've always been a keen fan of the series, and sure enough, it's been really, really good so far. There's a lot of new content, lots of things to do, which I think for the gamer that doesn't necessarily have a lot of gaming time, it might seem a bit overwhelming, but it's quite a nice balance. There's plenty of things to do that should keep you busy. Now, on the other hand, if you really, really hit it hard, like Gimboyd, Jay, and myself all did, you will actually find yourself running out of things to do very, very quickly. Now, of course, today that all changes because the raid is being released. And of course, there's some other things. There's still a strike that is yet to be released called the Corrupted, I believe, or the Corruption. So there's, a few things to do still, and Iron Banner's just around the corner. So it's fine. Not everyone has that ability to just play it, all day, every day. And admittedly, the only reason I was able to do that this week was because school hasn't started back up. But of course, next week, that all changes. So yes, Destiny 2 Forsaken, if you're a fan of the series, it has really done for Destiny 2. I hate saying similar to the Taken King for Destiny 1, but it is along those lines where it's reinvented so many things. It's brought a lot of things from the original Destiny back. It's also tweaked some of the new mechanics. And overall, it is just a good, fun experience. And the cutscenes, the storyline, has to be some of the best in the series so far. But right, when it comes to tech and gaming news, I was actually relatively uninspired at the moment. Yes, there's some information to do with Intel. Of course, Apple's unveiled their new series of phones. And we're still patiently awaiting the new NVIDIA GTX 2080 and 20 Ti reviews. One bit of interesting news to note is that they shifted the embargo. The embargo for reviews was originally Monday, and now that is shifted to, I believe, Wednesday or Thursday, which leads to quite a bit of speculation. You have to keep in mind, reviewers will get samples, will get the cards before everyone else. And of course that means before actual released, drivers have been released. So most of the time reviewers get these kind of pre-release early stage drivers. And any component, as we've seen over the years, these early drivers usually don't tend to do the cards, the component any real justice. So call me a conspiracy theorist if you want, but I have a feeling that early performance of the RTX cards has been quite lackluster with those drivers, and I think, and I could be totally wrong, but I think that's why the embargo's been shifted. I think the coders, the programmers at NVIDIA are going to try to optimize those drivers a bit more, because I'm guessing that the benchmark scores and the performance numbers just aren't that, amazing. At least that's what I think, but I could be wrong. But no, so that's really it for tech and gaming news. There's other things. I mean, Spider-Man obviously came out. We've got a review going to be published on the site fairly soon. Of course, if you're interested in farming sim news, a great new piece just went up today from Ruben. Yet another one of the fact sheets. So make sure to check that out. No doubt, anytime we publish anything to do with farming sim, it explodes. That community, that genre, people are just so hungry for information. Because they're really, really fab games. I have yet to dive into farming sim. My guilty pleasure is Euro Truck Simulator 2, which of course that has a DLC coming out shortly that hopefully I'll get my hands on and do a review for that. But no, so there wasn't really much that I was in the mood to talk about. So I thought instead I would do something a little bit different today. One of the genres of games that has been a lifelong passion for me has been racing games. All the way back to, being in an arcade, playing things like Outrun, Chase HQ, these kind of arcadey games. And then same like on Super Nintendo, F-Zero, Mario Kart, etc. But then when Gran Turismo had came out for the Sony PlayStation way back when, that really, that just sucked me right in. The ability to tweak, gear ratio, suspension settings, something I don't talk about very often, but I am a petrol head. I've owned several performance cars over the years. Did a little bit of bad stuff and street racing. My parents can testify to that. Got in a fair bit of trouble when I was younger for those things. Sorry. But I've always been into racing games. So all the Gran Turismos. Then Forza 2 was the first Xbox racing game I got into. And so I've played and owned all of the Forzas ever since. I absolutely love them. And then when Forza Horizon came out, it was something different, right? It's not quite a simulation. It's more of an arcadey kind of party feel to it. So the first one was phenomenal. The second one was even better. And of course, Forza Horizon 3 was amazing. Well, just this week, a demo for Forza Horizon 4 has just been released. So I thought we shall play that. I haven't touched it yet. I don't know what it's going to be like. But so I thought just for a little bit of a change, I would end up, just playing a bit of Forza Horizon 4 and just seeing what it's like, So this episode may not be for you. You might not enjoy this, but hey, let's go see what Forza Horizon 4 has to offer. Keep in mind, one of the big things allegedly about Horizon 4 was going to be the dynamic seasons. Seasons in the zones were going to change. Now obviously I'm just playing this at 1080 so I can record it. But you could, it's 4K enabled, HDR. I'm sure it looks absolutely fantastic. And hopefully, I would imagine, just like Forza 7, it'll probably run at 60 frames per second at 4K on an Xbox One X. Let's see. It's fine. We'll just... Oh, see, so now we can do... Okay. So no, on Forza Horizon 4, quality mode gives us only 30, and performance mode gives us 60. We'll go with quality for now because I want to see all the nice eye candy. Another great thing about the Forza Horizon games has always been the soundtrack, the ability to change the radio stations, to see what is, what kind of genre of music you enjoy. They've all got, there's like obviously hip hop and dance and rock, techno. I'm sure there was a classical station as well. But no, so I just wanted to have a quick hands-on with this, see what it's like. Because, again, I end up buying all the Forza games. I just absolutely love them. They're fantastic.
Here's what I see.
And of course, the setting...
I see a festival that never ends.
...for Forza Horizon 4 is here in the UK.
Where you can be whatever you want to be.
See, there's the dynamic season changing.
It's not your dream holiday anymore. It's your dream life.
They actually have a cargo pod
That's
on top
the
of it.
horizon I see. Let me show you.
See, already.
Welcome to autumn.
Getting the goosebumps.
A new beginning for the festival that never ends. Don't go anywhere. Horizon is here to stay.
Now, I'm not a big fan of external cameras in games. In racing games, I like to be in the driver's seat, but we'll just give this a try for now, just so we can actually see all the nice scenery as we're flying past. And of course, by default, it's got the driving line on. Oh, you know what? In fact, right, let's go ahead. We'll switch the camera so we can go through the different views. See, this is what I'm used to. I like being in the driver's seat. It just makes it easier for me. Now, unfortunately, for the Xbox One, I do not have a steering wheel. I keep putting it off. On the 360, I had one, and it was fantastic. But the prices for the Xbox One, to be fair, I mean, even like the Logitech ones, they're nice, but they're only decent compared to something like a Fanatec. And, you know, a Fanatec wheel, which is beautiful, you know, they're made out of metal, fully machined, but they're just too damn expensive. To get the pedals, the shifter, and everything, I mean, it's a huge investment. And, you know, it's not something that I'm necessarily willing to invest that much money in, if I'm completely honest. Okay. Now we're in a truck. Let's do the external view for this. I like external for off-roading. Off-roading is it can be quite decent just because of all the air you get. That wasn't a very good turn there, was it? And of course, in the Forza games, you have the ability to rewind, so if you screw up in a section, you can do that. You tend to get a penalty, especially in Forza, if you're trying to make proper lap times, where, you know, so you get in the leaderboards, you need to do them perfect, you can't go out of bounds, you can't rewind or anything like that. But in the Horizon games, you know, it's really kind of inconsequential, so you can rewind to your heart's content. To try to get past these folk. I just, you know, the thing about the Horizon games is, you know, the concept is this festival, you know, where car nuts basically, you know, get together to race and party. You know, so as you go, you're unlocking different events, trying to progress the event. You know, and it's just quite cool, you know, to have a racing game with a bit of a story, a bit of a progression. Just, you know, makes a little bit of a change. But it's very much more of an arcade game compared to the Forza Motorsport games. As you can see, like, you know, cutscenes and whatnot to give that added level of drama. Oh, spring. What kind of car? A rally car. Yes, I'll stick to the external cam, I think, for this. Oh no. Okay, I thought I was on a dirt bike for a minute.
Alright guys, this'll be easy. Just don't miss checkpoints and let's go.
Okay. The terrain is fantastic. The environments are just gorgeous. Some guys on their motorbikes. Oh. I shouldn't have cut that corner, should I? That slowed me down a bit.
We just lose yellow.
Right, let's come up here, another checkpoint. I really need to try to get around these bikes.
Coming up on the quarry.
Oh, fishtailing a bit. That's another thing that makes these Horizon games so cool, is that kind of, those set pieces, which, okay, you know, the first couple of times you see them, they are really, really cool and flashy, but they do, I suppose, you know, get somewhat normalized or a bit kind of, you know, you get used to them fairly quickly.
Hey Blue, thread the needle with me.
These bikes are hauling ass. Oops. Sideways. Let's rewind. Let's try to do that again, shall we? This time with less sideways action. Right. Figures. Let's see. I might have to rewind a bit further. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rewind just that little bit further. Right, okay. Let's actually try to get straight. That's, rallying is not my forte by any means. I'm more into, you know, like the touring cars. And, you know, speed, high grip. Whereas rallying is just a completely
Looks like
different
I'm the only one left.
kettle of fish. Oh, I don't think I got them. And summer. Whereabouts are we in for the summer then?
This is it, Horizon. We are kicking off the summer season with the greatest
Beamer.
race of all time. Point
an
yourself
is
in
that
the
an
direction of
M4?
Horizon and put your foot down.
No.
Trip to the festival wins. So let's go.
Now this is more like it.
Don't sweat it. The Jets aren't in
This
the
I
race.
can get behind.
They're just happy to be here.
Oh, just again the you know, the terrain is fantastic.
Oh,
The
yeah. Drivers coming from everywhere. Now it's a party.
the problem, well, not really a problem, but again, because it's more of an arcade game than the motorsport games, the physics and everything, it doesn't have the same kind of fidelity feel that the motorsport games have, but it's still a heck of a lot of fun. You know, it's just quite silly the way you can do things. And of course, because you're trying to navigate the countryside, you've got sat nav, you know, give you directions.
Some racing trucks out there too.
There's all sorts of different events.
The most incredible hypercars
And,
around here. I can see a Centenario.
I wonder if I can do
Ferrari
a...
FXXK.
Can I do a photo mode? I wonder if photo mode is available. No, drone mode is not right. So, okay. No, I thought maybe, because photo mode is another thing that the Forza games are fantastic for, is the ability to take really, really nice screenshots. I always remember Forza 4 actually won. Did I win? Or was I top 3 or something for a screenshot contest? So I got a nice exclusive Forza t-shirt from turn 10. Oh look, an exclusive reward. Horizon T. Congratulations, playing the Forza Horizon 4 demo, you have unlocked this exclusive reward for the full game. And then, of course, now we have the options. As you can see, there's the base game, Forza Horizon 4, which includes the Formula Drift car pack. Depending whereabouts in the world you live, I'm guessing the price for that is probably, you know, around 40 or 50 probably pounds for us, maybe dollars for you guys. The deluxe version gives you the car pass in addition. So remember, with the Forza games monthly, they release these car packs, which tend to have a free car, but to get the whole pack, you'd have to, you know, buy the packs individually, which, to be fair, if you know you're going to buy them anyway, the car pass is a good savings. But if I'm completely honest, what I tend to do is I wait till all those things are on sale later down the line. Yeah, it means I don't get them right away, but in the long term, you know, end up... It's the same, like this game, I probably won't buy it at launch. I'll wait till it's discounted a little bit. I did that with Horizon 3, and it was fantastic. Now, the Ultimate Edition, of course, this is the big money here, gives you 2 game expansions, VIP membership. Remember, VIP membership gives you exclusive cars, exclusive rewards. I think you attain XP and credits faster. A day 1 car pack and the car pass, so not bad, not bad. But let's continue the demo and see what else it has to offer us. I'm curious to see the actual location, because as I said, I know it's in the UK. I can't remember exactly whereabouts though.
Quite a show.
I try my best. Is everyone here?
Yep, all here, boss. Ready and raring.
Great. Okay. Do we have Rookie here?
Ah, so now you have a character selection screen. This is good. This is something that was missing from the other Horizon games. So now, you know, you can choose a avatar that, you know, I suppose won't necessarily be you exactly, but at least, you know, something that's a bit closer. It's nice to see they've got, obviously, a range of genders, also a range of ethnicities here. So this is exceptional. Oh, she's quite cute. Who do I want to be? I'll just be a boring white guy. Right, just confirm the character choice.
Hey, nice to meet you.
There I am.
I'm Kira, director of the festival. Looks like you've made a good impression with our talent scouts.
This one might have a real chance of taking a spot on the roster.
Rebecca's one of our former champions. She's giving me a hand running the Horizon
Now, you know,
Road Racing
admittedly,
series.
the character
Excited?
models aren't
I remember my
fantastic,
first
but
day
again,
at
you got to
Horizon.
remember,
It's all pretty
the Folk at
surreal.
Playground, you know, this is a racing
leave you
game.
two
That's
to
where
get
the
set up for the
focus is
first
on.
race.
The
Good
detail,
luck.
the models of the cars
Right
and the
then, let's get
environment
you behind the wheel.
are fabulous.
Which one will it be?
But to be fair, you know, the characters don't look that bad. Right, so we can have a Ford Focus RS, an Audi TTS Coupe, and a Dodge Charger RT. You know what? I think we'll just go with the Focus.
Nice choice.
Because you see
Maybe
a lot
the
of those
hottest hatch
over
on the
here.
planet right now. And designed right here in Britain, don't you know?
Right, press A to get in car.
All right, let's get you set up with a personalised number
Oh,
plate.
see, we can do our
Go on,
license
be
plate.
creative.
Let's see if I can remember. I'm sure I'd done this on Horizon 3, I think. I can't remember how I did it. I know I'd done it. I'm trying to remember. I could have sworn I'd done one that looked okay. You know, I'd done Scholarly Gamers, but it didn't quite. It's not going to fit, is it? So we'll just leave it at Horizon. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, because okay, no, it would fit. But you know what? I'm not gonna waste time with it. What do you think? Red? That'll do. That'll do. But yes, you can, you know, set your personalized license plate. So you can either have it as your name, or if you want a message, you know, to folk that are in your rear view mirror, that's a
I
possibility.
expect you'll want to get a feel for your new car. So I've signed you up to some events to get you started. See you there.
So here we go. So we've got our map mode. Let's have a little look, actually. The demo probably, you know, isn't going to give us access to the entire map, obviously, but at the moment, this is looking quite a good size. Is that supposed to be Edinburgh up here? That looks like the Forth rail bridge to me. I could be mistaken, but this looks like the Firth of Forth right there. Yeah, that's Edinburgh Castle, right there. For a point of note, I grew up in Edinburgh. You know, it's the capital of Scotland, so it's actually really, really cool to see that it's got Edinburgh. Yeah, that's Waverley train station right there. That's Edinburgh Castle, and this street that goes all the way from the castle down there to Holyrood Palace is called the Royal Mile. Funnily enough, when I did my article talking about Warhammer 40k, the shop, Games Workshop, is located, just about like right here, whatever. Then you got Arthur's Seat. Oh wow, that's fantastic. Cool. Okay. Right, so you're in your map mode, obviously. If we choose that race there, we'll set route. And now, you know, we can drive to that destination.
Turn left. In 200 meters, you will arrive at your destination.
You know, as per usual, the graphics are just fantastic.
You have arrived at your destination.
So we can set up our event how we want it. They added that feature in Horizon 3, the ability to change the way you want the event to work.
Welcome to the Horizon.
Because it's a demo,
Road Racing
we're not
series.
getting an opportunity
Perform
to.
here, and you'll be invited to
So
more
that's
events.
fine.
Perform there, and someday, who knows? I might even
And
find
of course,
space
with
for
the
you on
Forza
roster.
games, all the cars have different classes. So this is an A class. You can obviously upgrade them and whatnot and tune them as you see fit. To be fair, in Horizon, you can really just do auto-tune. Whereas in the motorsport games, it makes more sense to do advanced tuning, you know, suspension settings, gear ratios. But in the Horizon games, it's not really that. Took that a little bit wide there. wide there again. Oh look, there's Matt's Drivatar in front of me. Red Terror 1938. With it Goose over there, Sergeant J. Oh, there's Poffy. We'll pass all them. Oh, there's Sear. Sear's Pete, who lives in Australia. He is a Forza guru. Like, oh my god, if you can beat his times in Forza Motorsport 6 and well 7 now, if you can beat him on the leaderboard, you're doing something right. He is a fantastic racer. He actually races in some of the leagues on Forza 7 down in the land down under. So he does. I've played with him online a couple of times, and yeah, he just, you know, I'm not ever going to beat him. He's very, very good. Once again, these views are just fantastic. Let's change the car view a little bit, just to have a look at all the different... Well, since we're near the end of the race, might as well, I suppose. There we go. First place. To be fair, the difficulty isn't set very high, is it? So. And of course, you can... With Forza games, what I always used to enjoy was the replay. So watch, if I hit watch replay... Now, what it should do is it should give us a cinematic kind of experience with the replay. You know, instead of just being from the driver's seat, it should have different camera angles, I would hope. I know Motorsport does it. I'm hoping that Horizon does the same. Oh, does it not? Ah, there we go. There we go. I was trying to look for the, No, Horizon just doesn't quite do the same as Motorsport 7. Motorsport allows you to do, like, this kind of cinematic one where it does it from different camera angles, whereas here, in this, we can just choose from a few different presets. But either way, you know, it's not too bad. You know, so for those of you out there that like to make montages of your games, you know, lots of possibilities here for collecting footage from different angles. So there is. That's kind of boring view, isn't it? The helicopter. Rear facing. Roof cam. 3/4 view. Wheel advanced. Just from the wheel. Look at his face. As again, you know, just the graphics is what really makes these games so much fun. You know, just a joy to look at. And if you're fortunate enough to have a 1X and a 4K TV or monitor, watching this in 4K with HDR on, I'm sure is absolutely fantastic. But you know, keep in mind, if you don't have a 4K monitor, the 1X is still really good, because what it'll do is, even so I'm playing at 1080, it'll actually render things at 4K and then super sample, or well, down sample down to 1080. And so what that tends to do is it gives you more graphical fidelity. You know, we'll remove the jaggies. It's kind of like putting on anti-aliasing on a computer. You know, so overall, if you don't have a 4K TV, there's still plenty of reason to get a 1X. All the enhanced games will still work. You'll tend to be able to still get them looking really, really good, but they'll also run at, you know, much more stable or faster frames per second compared to a base Xbox.
Okay, rookie. I have plotted your route to a new race in the Horizon Road Racing Series.
Oh, look.
Hey, rookie.
There's some sheep back there.
Your radio should have presets for our resident Horizon stations. Horizon Pulse, Horizon Base Arena, Horizon Block Party, and Horizon XS. See what takes your fancy.
I'm actually curious to see how much of the map we can explore. Because if we can go... No, we can't. Right, I didn't think so. The demo let us go. Aye, so we can go relatively far, but not all the way up there. Oh, I look forward to... I really want to see, you know, again, just from my perspective of having grown up in Edinburgh, I want to see how... I know it won't be super accurate, but just, you know, see how it is. This road street right here is Princess Street, which is funny. When they designed the city, this street here, which was George Street, was supposed to be the main promenade. When the city was designed, that was going to be the main street, and then you had these other ones that kind of branched off from it. But just the way it worked out, because of the stunning view from here, think about it, on this main road, on one side you've got all the hustle and bustle of the city, then on the other side you've got, this is called the Princess Street Gardens, which basically, Edinburgh Castle is built on top of a dormant volcano, and it used to be surrounded by this huge lake, which, well, or in Scotland as we call it, a loch, and it was the Norloch, North Lake. And, you know, so it was like a natural moat. So you can just imagine the, you know, this dormant volcano, so it's that kind of black rock, right, kind of jagged, castle sitting on top of it, and surrounded by water. Now, the water's gone, but so now it's just like, you know, gardens, these beautiful flowers, all this kind of stuff there. So, as you can imagine, it's a stunning view if you're on Princess Street, this road right there. Hence why that is now basically the main street. But no, I really look forward to checking that out when the game
Turn around
is fully released. But oh yeah, no, this is, you know, again, I know I'll end up getting it. Maybe not right at launch, but later down the line, because I've still got plenty of things to do in Forza Motorsport 7, so I will most likely get done with that before moving on to Horizon 4. Let's do a little bit of cross-country, shall we? Let's explore. Just have a little look on the grass, which, you know, a Focus isn't really made for. You can get rally variants, obviously, but... There we go, a typical little English cottage. Oh look, is there actually folk? What are they doing? Are they just sitting... Yeah, just sitting at their little picnic table. Hey guys, how you doing? Pretty neat. Sorry about your fence. Balloons off in the distance. You know, and this thing about Horizon 2, it's all about acquiring these points. So you can do different things, you know. You do like E-drifts, you know, gives you points. You can chain things together for combos.
We have new friends to welcome to the festival.
But yeah, Horizon 4 is looking like it's going to be quite good. Again, it looks fantastic. The lighting effects, sound effects, you know, typical the music, which, as you can see, we can change the radio stations. Let's see what else we got. Block Party. Horizon. Excess. Radio off. Oh, pulse. Bass arena. Oh look, we've got a little town down here. That's a brick wall. Just in case you were wondering. It's Horizon Base Arena. Oh, that's another wall. Of course, all this music is copyrighted as well, won't it be? Unfortunately. Oh, hey, Red Terror, where are you going?
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
This will have a look around here. Oh, nice hedge. Oops. I say oops. I was doing it intentionally, of course. Oh, sorry about your boat. My bad. Did not mean to do that. But hey, it's racking me up the points, so at least there's that. Oh, hey, look. Now we've got a nice lake. The car's a little bit worse for wear, I admit. Pretty cool with the, oops. There we go. seeing, you can just have a look around. Like I said, the graphics are just fantastic. Some really, really nice views. So there you go. There's, you know, the demo itself, there won't be that much to do in it in the grand scheme of things. It's really just designed to give you a bit of a taste. You know, and then you can kind of make that decision whether it's for you or not. You know, the Horizon games, they really aren't for everyone, let's be honest. You need to have that passion for car games, which I just, you know, they're fantastic. You know, if you're into it. The speed and everything, you know, and also when you do some of the, you know, the higher difficulty settings, they definitely can be quite challenging. But with the Horizon games, they're by no way, by any means, as serious as the motorsport, the Forza motorsport games. Horizon's just about having fun, you know, some chill or kicking music whilst you play the game, and of course just a little bit of progression in the story. But so there you go. If you're on, you know, Xbox, now I'm sure on PC, as long as you're on Windows 10, you should be able to download the demo as well, I believe. So, you know, so give it a shot if you have either of those systems. Definitely worth a look. But I think we shall call it there for this week. Again, like I said, I just want to do something different. Just want to do you know, have a little peek at the Forza Horizon 4 demo. Again, you know, free to download. Give it a try. Definitely worth a try. And it does look fantastic. Looks great. But yes. Next week we'll go back to normal tech and gaming news, because by next week we should have some results of the RTX series NVIDIA cards. Also waiting to see what's going on. There's with some of the processors as well. There's some things that are happening there. And of course we're still waiting for the AMD Navi video cards to be coming out in the near future. But in the meantime, make sure to check out the rest of the website. Again, like I said, we've got a great bit of farming sim news that just came up today. We've got, you know, we've got a review that just came out yesterday. What was it? Dimension Drive from Mike Waba. Make sure to check that out. And as always, you know, look, you know, you can find us on the internet by using the hashtag Scholarly Gamers. You know, check us out on Twitch. There should be plenty of folks streaming over the weekend. And in the meantime, look, stay safe, and I'll catch you next week.